Hi, ETETutor here. In this video we're going to be looking at Animal Farm, and what we're going to do is just read a paragraph and then I'm going to talk about it for you. I want you to grab a pen, and as I'm reading I want you to try and jot down what you think the key themes are in this extract. If there's a character question, is there any way that you could use this extract? And finally, is there any language techniques within the extract that you think you'd want to comment on in an exam response? Okay, let's go. So this extract is taken from chapter 2 of the novel. I'm not going to give you page numbers because everybody has different editions, so you're looking to hunt for this in chapter 2, so that'll be a good revision task as well. Okay. In past years, Mr. Jones, although a hard master, had been a capable father, but of late he had fallen on evil days. He had become much disheartened after losing money in a lawsuit, and had taken to drinking more than was good for him. For whole days at a time he would lounge in his Windsor chair in the kitchen, reading the newspapers, drinking, and occasionally feeding Moses on crusts of bread soaked in beer. His men were idle and dishonest, the fields were full of weeds, the buildings wanted roofing, the hedges were neglected, and the animals were underfed. Okay, so hopefully you've jotted down, or you're having to think about it now, and you can see that this question would be, this extract and some of these comments would be useful if you're having to talk about Mr. Jones. So if he was the chosen character. Not sure how likely this will be, but if you can study every character, then you're covered, aren't you? So that's a really good idea. So this is a good bit if you're asked to write about Mr. Jones, because we can say that what's going on here is how Orwell is representing the Tsar. He's representing the person who's living in luxury during the Russian Revolution. And he's showing this in several ways. So if we're picking language quotes, we can think Windsor chair. So we've got a luxurious item. The fact that he uses that proper noun there, Windsor, is a technique that we see all the way through the novel. Because it's a fairy tale, George Orwell is giving us these real life things that we can relate to try and make us think, hang on a minute, is this a story about a farm, or is there really something else going on here? By constantly reminding us of our world, Orwell's able to do this. Another thing that we can notice in this short extract is the reference to Moses. Now again, he's not a massive character in the novel, but he could come up, so it's good to think about what he represents. So if you know, I'm hoping you're saying it to yourself now, because he's being used to represent the Russian Orthodox Church. And there's a strong relationship between him and Mr. Jones. Again, showing the luxury that Mr. Jones is in, that he's able to share his beer with Moses. Language-wise, what do we all know about Moses? Where do we recognise that name from? So it's from the Bible, so we can refer to it as a biblical name. And this is another technique that we see all the way through the novel. So think really carefully about those characters' names. Even if it's not the names being used to directly reflect a person in real life, like Napoleon say, very often the names relate to the characters' personalities and behaviour. So, I don't know, say Squealer, he squeals. It's all about him putting out his propaganda. I hope that little whip through's helped. This is something that you could do yourself as a revision technique. So literally, grab your book, open it up, any page, pick a short extract and see if you can see how it relates to the context of the novel, and if there are any language points you can make, if you can see what themes could be referred to if that character or theme comes up. I hope that's helped. Please remember to check out the other Animal Farm videos on my channel. There's some nice 60-second ones if you just want a recap, or there's some essay writing skills available too. Thanks again for watching, I really appreciate it. If you've got any comments, please use the comment space below, and like and subscribe.